Hi there folks, hope you're all well. This video is going to share with you one of the channels that I follow and the reasons that I actually follow it and how I follow it as well. So when YouTube started to sort of take off and become sort of a household kind of normal thing that people used and accessed, particularly with the younger generation. My youngest two children were probably, I think they were probably about 5 and 8, I think. And they used to follow J House vlogs. And I quite enjoyed watching J House vlogs. I thought it was interesting. It's a bit like if you ever watch Big Brother. It's interesting sometimes to see. It's a bit like a real life documentary, isn't it? As it happens kind of thing. And then there was another family that my daughter started to watch, and that was the Inghams family. So I remember the Inghams when they first started off vlogging and stuff. And then I went for quite a long time really not having anything to do with YouTube really. And it's only in the last probably 2 or 3 years that I've started to look at videos again on YouTube, but obviously more from my perspective, rather than keeping an eye on what my children were watching, although I still do keep an eye on what my children are watching. So today I want to talk about the Ingham family, more specifically about their vlogs that they do and some of the things that come up, and I just sort of generally feel a little bit uncomfortable about. And I know I'm not the only person who feels like this, because I've seen online lots of people and what they think about the Inghams too. So obviously they're a family that grew up, sort of first started on YouTube when they had a house in Leeds, and they started vlogging, but more specifically they started vlogging their lives, but not so much about the adults, but more about the children. So actually these children at a very young age were being constantly filmed, and when I say constantly, I mean constantly. It wasn't just the odd trip. They did daily vlogs, and the vlogs, although they were very short when they first started, they really did grow. So when I came back to the channel a few months ago and started to watch it, I was quite sort of taken aback at actually the kind of things that had been happening on their channel, and B, the kind of lifestyle that those kids have grown up in and are now sort of being every day. So what do I mean by that? Well, there were accusations by several young girls and teenagers that Chris Ingham had tried to contact them and tried to meet up with them and things like that. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. This had happened in the USA, so obviously here there was very little that sort of police could do here. So you don't know whether it's true or not, and I totally accept that. What I have seen more of, and to be fair, at the beginning I did start to think, that sounds like maybe, it's not as straightforward as it seems. But what has become really apparent is the way that they use their followers. So what I mean by that is their iFam. So iFam are their subscribers really, but they sort of seem to kind of recruit certain members of them, and they're quite often vulnerable people. They recruit them to, the moment anybody puts something questioning anything to do with the Inghams, straight away they are on top of that person. So it's almost like they've got security, if you know what I mean, on their vlogs and on the comments particularly section. So yeah, I just find that a little thick. And then there's lots of stories about how his mom has sort of been a bit inappropriate in the way that she's befriended younger girls to try to recruit them to this kind of IFAM security thing for the Inghams. So it's very odd. It all just seems very odd, and I'm not saying it's true, but it is fascinating. Now, because I don't want to perpetuate the amount of, or increase the amount of subscribers they have, I follow the Inghams, but not through their channel. I follow them from somebody who also follows them, but sort of seems to share quite a few of the concerns that a lot of people have. And it's a very popular person who, when I say popular, has quite a lot, thousands of subscribers. And through that, you get to see and keep up with the Inghams. So you could say, well, isn't that a bit silly if you don't agree with what they do? But it is fascinating, and I'm quite intrigued to see how much longer they can go on, because I'm going to be honest with you, they've moved out to Dubai, apparently to live there, but they'd only been there 3 months, and they came back to the UK, so they've just come back. They came back to watch the Taylor Swift concert, but they're going to be here for another 3 months. They still have a house in the UK. And then they're going to go back to Dubai. And I don't know, it just seems like, well, are they UK residents? I mean, I assume they are, because I don't know, but they can't be. The only reason I think they could be is that they use the NHS services when they get back here, for eye appointments. I know Sarah Ingham has got to have some surgery or something, or some consultation or something. So yeah, it all seems really puzzling. I don't quite get what it is. So the really worrying thing for me is the content in terms of the teenage girls. Those girls never, hardly ever get to meet any other teenagers. They sort of almost recruit their friends, and literally, that I say friends, I mean one friend for each of the children. It's just really odd. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going to happen, because all their vlogs are full of now, when they're in Dubai, is literally there are 2 things that they do, and that is go shopping. And I can tell you now, I personally think that Sarah Ingham has definitely got some kind of shopping problem that she needs help with. I mean, literally, she's obsessed with shopping every single day, and that's really rubbing off on her kids. Like, you can see everything's about a reaction. You know, they can't just sort of film. Everything has to be done for the camera. It's really uncomfortable to watch, to be fair, sometimes. Yeah. And the second thing that they actually do is just go to the pool or beach, and that literally is their lives. Now, some people might think, yeah, well, you're saying that, you're probably jealous. Not really, because I'm more concerned about how much those kids are missing out on in terms of life. They live in a gated community. They don't get to know lots of the people around there. You can see that from the films, from the videos. You can see it. You can see it from their social skills, the way they behave around others. Yeah, it's really, really odd. So that'll be interesting. Everything is about materialistic attitudes. You know, they sort of say that they came from more sort of humble backgrounds, as they put it. But do you know what? They've actually up and left family, especially Sarah's nan. She's been left in the UK. And, you know, I just think that there's nobody else there really for her. Especially, I feel sorry for Sarah in lots of ways. She did this thing where she did a video. I think because she's got other channels. I think she did it. She got a channel called, I think it was on Sarah Says, and on that channel she talked about her upbringing, and it was really heartfelt, and it was emotional to listen to. But I do think she still feels quite strongly that actually moving to Dubai, she shouldn't have just left her nana now, because her nana really helped look after her when she was younger. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't for 1 minute think they've actually moved to Dubai. I think they're just, well, they're only renting. They don't own the house. And the house in the UK, they've got a mortgage on apparently. So yeah, I just thought I'd do this video because it is something, if anybody's got any comments they want to make, whether they agree, disagree, or anything you've noticed about those videos, please let me know in the comments. So I continue to follow them, but not directly follow the channel. I do it through another channel. But yeah, let's see what happens with the Inghams. It'll be interesting to see. I don't like Chris Ingham. I think he is very controlling. I feel I have some sympathy for Sarah. I really do. I think he sort of just moulded her into what he wants to see and have as a family. I don't for 1 minute doubt that they absolutely love and adore their kids, and that's 100%. But I do have real concerns about the kind of life that those kids are being brought up in. They might have everything in terms of money, but that's exactly what it is. It's just a materialistic way of life. There. So I look forward to seeing some of your comments. Please like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, I might do some more. I might share some more on the Inghams, or I might share some more on what other channels that I like to follow too, because I do follow a lot of very, very different kinds of channels. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon. Bye.